3, 2, 1.
Hi, y'all. How y'all doing? Hi, y'all.
Sweethearts. My heart.
Hello.
Oh.
You know the wave that people do that's like that?
Sweet
Hi,
peas.
sweets.
Hi,
How y'all
sweeties.
doing?
How y'all
Welcome
doing? Welcome back to
to
episode 5
of Lavender Pod. Woo!
Yay! We've stuck around. Well, isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
You're probably wondering why we are dressed so southern, so country.
I want you to ask where I was this weekend.
Joe, where were you this weekend? A funeral.
Beyonce.
What?
Beyonce.
Beyonce!
Beyonce. Ah! I
wanna
saw
be-
Beyonce. I shaved my eyebrows. I don't know.
Welcome back. Joe saw Beyonce.
Yeah.
And what was I doing? Probably
Not seeing Beyonce.
Yeah, not seeing Beyonce. So Joe, why don't Joe was so eager. He wanted to dress just like this for the pod. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Joe is dressed like this. This is what Joe wore to the concert. I'm dressed like this because
Peep the boots.
I
Felt like it?
I was at a I felt like it. I was at a cattle I was at a cattle call.
I was just, I was at a cattle call and I completely misunderstood the assignment. I took a flight to Texas and there was no casting director
Yeah,
there.
it was really weird.
I really just got off the bus in Houston and I
me
was
and
like,
a bunch of
"What's up?"
heifers.
Me and a bunch of cows and horses.
Yeah, it was crazy. I smell like shit. Good thing y'all didn't smell me. Anyway, Joe, Beyonce. Tell us about it.
Beyonce. So genuinely one of the best shows I've ever seen, if not the best show I've ever seen, concert wise. Like it was
Really?
so. Yeah, because I saw Renaissance and I was already in awe of that. And let me backtrack a little bit. In preparation to see this tour, I intentionally avoided seeing clips online of the show because when I saw Renaissance, it was basically like I was an understudy going to see the show just to continue studying the show. You know, when understudies do that.
Wow. Yeah.
And they like pick up their comps at the box office. They're like, I'm in the show. I just have it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you.
Yeah.
So it was very that. I knew the show front to back. Like it was I knew Renaissance, the whole tour, because I had seen basically every part of the show live.
Oh,
I had basically seen every part of the show online.
How unfair is that?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it wasn't because I was choosing to do it.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Because I was excited about it.
There was no gun to my head.
The algorithm was actually working for me because I
Yeah.
was searching Renaissance tour clips.
Oh, gotcha. What
So
to
for this
expect.
one, like when I saw the Renaissance tour, I was in awe because I was seeing all the stuff that I had been so excited about online in person.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, there was less of a surprise to it and excitement in the sense of like seeing something for the first time. So for this one, I intentionally avoided things. I saw little bits and pieces there that I sort of let myself get a chance to get a glimpse at.
Nice.
And some of the highlights of the show that are like crazy things that happens. She flies 3 times in the show.
Really?
3 times. Twice on a horseshoe. And she's zooming on that thing. They had to really like adjust the way that thing starts to fly because night 2 in LA, she took off.
Really?
Or I think it was night 1 in LA. Yeah, literally. Because she's singing Jolene, and it's like it's a new version of Jolene where she added some new lyrics or whatever, and so there's this like bridge that she adds to the song, and that's where she takes off, and she's like, across those valleys, highs and lows, and everything in between. And as she's going
Okay,
up,
sing.
the first night, it was literally like across the. And you could see the whole thing is supposed to be sitting like this, but it was like flying away.
That is so
It was
funny.
just catching wind like.
The
But
braids in the wind. Like,
yeah.
woo! That's so
Oh my
funny.
God. And there was the second night in LA, everything tech wise just went to
Really?
yeah, I saw
Somebody's getting
videos.
fired.
Somebody probably did. Apparently they stayed up till 6 fixing things.
Oh wow.
Like she kept everybody there to work on things.
I mean,
Because the horseshoe went up late. The guy who was attaching it, you could see she was giving him the desk there. Like he was hooking her into it and she was holding the mic and she was like,
oh shut
like,
up.
are you serious right now?
Shut up.
This isn't going up in time. And so she was pissed off about that. And then there's another part. Did you see clips from the Renaissance tour?
No.
well, there's this one thing that she wears at one point in Renaissance, which she's done for other concerts before, where it's like it's a reference to, what's the movie? Metropolis. It's like this robot body. So it's like all the pieces and they all break off at once. Yeah.
I did see.
So she has like the country version of that, which is she's doing the same thing, but she's standing on top of a gold horse. And she's, if you'd like to open up,
Don't mind me.
if you'd like to indulge in a nice candy, please open that up now before the show begins.
Don't mind as I slowly open up my
my
sugar-free Werther's. Would you like one? I think it's sorry.
You're good.
Go ahead.
So, so she's doing the same thing, but except there's like a cowboy hat. She's standing on a gold horse. It's a whole thing, and all of the things were opening up late, and then the stairs didn't come in time for her to walk down from the horse. So all the things have opened, and she's just standing there. It's this huge buildup, and you hear like you hear the voice in the background going like Renaissance, mother, and she's just.
Have you seen the
I'm
video
waiting.
of Taylor Swift when she like the trapdoor didn't open, and so she had to like run all the way from one end to the other?
Do you know that other video too where she was doing, I think it was the 1989 tour, where she was in Utah, and she did this cool thing where she used like somebody backstage had like a repeat what is it called, a looping pedal, and so she was doing this thing. There was like a beat going, and then hit a metal bar, and she was like Utah, but then it was glitching, so she'd be like boys all Utah. It was like it like all glitched out. It was terrible.
Have you seen I've seen so many compilations. Sorry, I'm gonna say something controversial. I don't like Taylor Swift.
Well, it was nice having a podcast.
And we just lost it.
And we just lost everybody.
We just lost everybody. Clicked off right now to go to the bathroom. I don't like Taylor Swift. I don't like Taylor Swift. I also am not like a huge concert person, so like when I see that stuff on my For You page, I don't really like indulge.
It's okay. You can be an anti-woman.
Yeah, it's okay. I actually hate women, so that's why. There was so many compilations of Taylor like all around the world. It was like Tokyo,
Sydney.
Yeah.
Sydney.
Anyway, back to Beyonce as I pull my wedgie out.
Hold, please, hold. So she flies in all these times in the show. So anyway, she flies 3 times in the show.
Yeah.
And so there's one time where she flies from the main like set of runways in the stage, and then she goes to this other little platform and does a number there, and then it takes her back to the main stage.
Oh my god!
And then at the end of the show, 16 Carriages.
Yeah.
The song. So 16 carriages.
Yeah.
Or that meme of like 16 carriages. So she's in. There's this like interlude before where it's like a recap of her whole career. What?
Like, okay, Michael.
Oh my god!
Right now,
I was wearing a hat before, because I ordered a country hat. It would have been really really cute if it worked out this way. I ordered off Depop a country, like a cowboy hat that says Von Dutch on it.
Whoa!
Wouldn't that have been cute? So it's still in transit 3 days later, and I had this other like flat brimmed hat that I've had for years that I literally took gaff tape and taped the sides, but it fell down by the time the concert started, so I just took it off. And so I brought it today to wear, and when I put it on with these glasses, I was told that I was giving somebody. So she flies 3 times in the show. So the last time it happens, there's this whole interlude that she like covers her whole career, and it's this big moment, and she like right as that finishes, she comes out in this giant like velvet car.
Whoa!
It's like a convertible thing.
Whoa!
And so she's flying over the audience like really close to the 100 sections, like
really?
like very close. And when she had the horseshoe too, she flies. There's 2 like pits on either side. I'm going to be in the pit.
Yeah.
2 pits on either side. To like closest to the big screen in the back, and there's like it's like the sweet honey pit and the bucking pit, and it's like a whole thing.
The bucket.
And when she was coming back on the horseshoe, she flew low the night I saw her.
Uh-oh.
Like either that was intentional or somebody was getting fired, because here's the audience, here was the horseshoe.
shut up.
She was like just gliding above them.
They grab her.
My hand's shaking because of all the coffee.
I know.
She's flying like this.
We're drinking Rook today. I got
As
us,
previously stated, rocket fuel.
I got us Rook. I got a large, and I usually get half calf, and I did not.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Anyway. Bourbon on hold. So she's like flying around, and yeah, the horseshoe was getting real close to the audience. But yeah, so all of that was incredible, and like the tech for it was insane. Have you seen like the Renaissance like robot arms or whatever?
Yeah, I saw that there's like one
the
that pours her a
frames.
drink.
Yeah. So there's literally, it goes like she finishes this big number called Yaya.
Oh yeah.
I don't wanna hear no Yaya. Yeah. So and she like there's a piano on fire at one point in the number. Yeah.
This is
like they roll it out and it lights on fire, and me in the 300s with my opera glasses, I was like, oh my god.
Well, would you look at that? She has lit the piano on fire.
Somebody on TikTok.
She did it.
Somebody on TikTok was saying that the section high up in SoFi Stadium when she first started the tour was the Two Hands to Heaven section. You know the song? There's a song on the album called Two Hands to Heaven, and because there was like the Honey Buckin' Pit and like all the songs, like the sections named after the songs, that would be the Two Hands to Heaven section 'cause it's so high up. And there was another sound on TikTok where people were filming their trek up to their seats, and it was like 10,000 steps, 10,000 steps, 10,000 steps.
That's so funny. You also keep asking me like, do you know the? No, just assume I know nothing.
I'm just trying to gauge how much of a real Beehive member you are.
I'm not. So assume I literally, Michael, assume I know nothing.
Stop.
I really don't know anything. So
It's all good.
It's all good.
No, it's fine. You could be a fake fan. It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah, that's what I don't really listen to music. No, I don't know. I like all kinds of music. I'm one of those people that doesn't. I mean, except for Gaga. Gaga's my like one exception to like, music incredible. That I have, but I don't. Yeah, I don't have like I don't follow a lot of. I just hate women, so I don't follow a lot of female artists.
I don't really listen to female artists because genuinely,
they're like annoying.
Like
it's
it feels weird to say. I mean, hot take. I just don't like women.
Yeah, it's like easier to be like. It's just so much easier to like listen to male singers. Like it's just so much easier to be friends with male singers.
There's less drama.
Yeah, there's so much less drama
and less talent.
Yeah, there's so much less talent with the male singers. I just love it. Anyway.
So she flies 3 times in the show.
Yeah.
What else? So like it was just such. The show was long, which now that I know that you're not a member of the Beehive, and it's fine. So much is packed into this show. So a little bit of lore. Cowboy Carter was the first album in the trilogy that she's doing right now that she wanted to create.
Oh wow, trilogy.
Yeah, it's a triple album: Renaissance, Cowboy Carter, and then people are saying it might be a rock album, but we don't know for sure.
Whoa.
Right?
Really?
Either a rock
opera.
album
or musical theater.
Just a complete flip. She does like a
Lay
like a Barbara
cards down.
She does like a Barbara Streisand musical theater compilation album.
Yeah. Jazz.
She's just singing like the music and the mirror.
Play. She would be good at a jazz album, but I feel like everyone's done a jazz album.
She could do. I just feel like I don't know. I think rock is definitely in terms of like
she's never done it, right?
No. Well, she's done rock-ish songs. Like "Don't Hurt Yourself" from Lemonade is a rock song. So all of this started back in 2016, I think it was, or 2017. She performed at the CMAs because on Lemonade she like did a lot of genre hopping, and one of the songs she had, "Daddy Lessons," is a country song, and she sang it with they used to be the Dixie Chicks, now they're the Chicks. You know,
don't get it twisted.
Exactly.
They got sued by Dixie Cups. So.
And so they became the Chicks, and also after the quote war on terror started, the lore goes deep. The Chicks were very outspoken after 9/11 and what happened in the Middle East and everything.
9/11 mentioned on the pod.
Yeah, so they were very outspoken, and so when they were, country music had already become like ultra patriotic in a very like nationalist way.
Yeah.
And so they were blackballed from the country industry.
Wow.
And so Beyonce comes to sing at the CMAs with them and sings "Daddy Lessons," and it's this big move, this big power move to say, you know, you can't silence these stories and these voices, you know, of people that speak out against war and speak out against horrible things that are happening. Because country music, in part, musicology brain for a second, was founded on commenting on the way the wealthy operate and corruption in society and inequity. That's what country music was founded on. It wasn't always like Applebee's and pickup trucks. Like it's a different vibe now. And so that was them disrupting that vibe. Not only that, but country music was also predominantly founded by Black musicians.
Yeah.
So, you know, all the two of them doing this moment together was so powerful and such a statement of like, this is where country comes from, by the way. Let me remind you.
Yeah.
And that's what sort of got Beyonce in a lot of hot water with a lot of country artists that were not fans of that because they wanted to sing about beer, Applebee's, and making women feel weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so because of the response to that, like there are clips from that performance, you see people in the audience, she's giving her life in this performance.
Yeah.
And
she's giving
stone
life.
cold stares in
Really?
the audience. People would not cheer, clap, nothing, because they were like, she doesn't belong here.
Ugh.
Which is terrible.
Yeah.
So she's doing all that, and she realizes the response that she's getting from this, and so she goes, I'm gonna make a whole country album because I'm from Houston, Texas, and I've been country.
Wow.
And that's the car that she rides around in the stadium has a license plate that says "Been Country," which is so cute.
That's awesome.
So that's where all of this started, and then I think Renaissance was like a COVID project, and so then it just became
Just a little COVID
just a
project.
little side project, world tour in stadiums.
While I was making tie-dye t-shirts, Beyonce was making Renaissance.
I was doing TikTok dances. I know Beyonce's like, I'm gonna win a Grammy.
yeah. Let me score another 30 Grammys.
Right. So Renaissance was then it sort of expanded into this genre hopping thing. So Renaissance was house music, Cowboy Carter's obviously country music, and then it might be rock music. So that's the statement that I think that's being made with this triple album, and it was sort of founded after this one moment.
Wow.
And if you think about it, if 9/11 never happened, we wouldn't have gotten Cowboy Carter. Like genuinely, domino effect, butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Hello.
You sound so smart right now, I will say.
Oh my god.
You do. You sound so smart right now.
My degree is actually working.
You
for
sound
me.
very smart.
Usually,
you sound very gay. You sound very
usually I'm just quoting Twitter references and stumbling on my sentences, but it actually sounds smart today.
I know. And also, can we say really quickly, I'm sorry not to pivot. I don't know if y'all noticed.
Look up north.
Look up north. Why don't we pop that beanie off?
Oh, pop that beanie bag on.
Joe, my hot, sexy fucking co-host, got a haircut. Haircut, mustache vibe.
Whole new person.
Whole new person.
Actually, so
He's hot again.
So I was styled by Beauty Looks by Carly.
Shouts out here.
We'll have her on the pod soon.
Probably next
week, maybe.
Yeah. Probably next bleep.
Next X amount of weeks.
Yeah. When we can get her.
Yeah. When we can fit in her schedule.
She's so booked right now.
She's so booked and blessed.
But Carly is a hairstylist, and she
just graduated Cosmo.
Yay! She's fabulous. I will say really quickly, my hair is red. Dyed it. I've been dyeing it for a while, and one time I had her do it, and then she was like, "Can you send me pictures?" And this was when she was still in school, and she saw my hair, and she was like, "Damn, I fucked you up. Sorry, I didn't know what I was doing." And I was like, "What?" But now she's grown and changed, and she's great, and she gave Joe this amazing haircut.
Yeah, my hair's kind of sitting weird today, but that's just naturally how my hair is.
I've fallen back in love with Joe. Moral of the story, I've fallen back in love with Joe, and I'm gonna try to get him to get in my
Winter
pants.
auditions for Hairspray.
Winter auditions are here, yeah. Good thing that there's this little thing between us.
Good thing there's this rook between us, otherwise we would have gone all Tracy a link again. You would have frozen up, and I would have dipped you, and we would have almost kissed.
Almost.
Just...
Yeah. My double chin would have came out again.
Please. So much was packed into this show. Like Renaissance was incredible, but Renaissance had a runtime that felt like a musical. It was like 2 hours and 15 minutes, tight.
And
like
that's why her next album is going to be
a musical theater album. Beyonce Broadway debut.
That's so funny.
So this concert was, I think, like 2 hours and 45 minutes. It was almost 3 hours.
Wow.
It was full. There was so much going on. So it starts out, there's like gospel singers, because there's this very like church gospel-y song called American Requiem that then turns into this vintage almost rock anthem feel. And that's when she makes her big entrance and we're all screaming and freaking out. Also, I will never be used to the fact that stadiums are meant to move a little bit when there's all those people.
Oh yeah.
Because when you're in those stands, like I feel the section going like that.
Scary, right?
And also above us, because we were like, again, in the Two Hands to Heaven section.
Right.
You see the speakers up there and they're like dangling and shaking.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're secure, but there's definitely some movement because if there wasn't, it would just snap off if there was too much going on.
Totally.
But just like still scary.
Yeah.
So we're all freaking out. And then she goes into a couple Cowboy Carter songs. And then she has another set where she literally rides out on a giant truck front. And there's like the whole band and dancers and stuff. And she's singing a bunch of her hits. She did like Love on Top, Single Ladies, all that.
Wow.
She did a whole thing where she packed up like 1 minute cuts of each song. And it was a whole thing.
Oh, nice.
And then she had another part where she started a hair care brand called Sacred.
Oh,
and
really?
so there's a part where she comes out with all the dancers and they sit and there's the Sacred logo on like the big hair dryers like you see in the salon. And it's just so cool.
Product placement.
Yeah.
Product fucking placement.
Oh, by the way, speaking about the haircut before, when Carly did the hair and you were there when she was doing it, she did a cut and then she fixed my my color because I have this toner in it called Butterscotch.
Because Joe has white ass hair. Joe is old. Joe's actually we haven't been telling you this.
I'm
Joe
actually
is
75.
Joe is 75.
Yeah. I've just gotten a lot of lifts and stuff.
Yeah, lifts,
and
a little tuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of this skin is real, actually.
Yeah, no.
I'm a brand new person.
Yeah, this is crazy. So
Yeah.
anyway, Joe has never
So
looked better.
when she did the hair and she finished and like we actually took a glimpse at the final product, you and Carly were looking at me and you were like, oh, he actually looks kind of cute right now. He looks good.
Oh,
and
not
Carly has been telling me for years to get a middle part and I'm like, Carly, I will look like Willy Wonka. It's not gonna look good.
Funny.
But I just needed hair that was a little bit shorter and cut the right way, I think. And now the response I think has been good. Plus we also shortened all of the beard around here and let the mustache be kind of long still.
Yeah.
Which I was wanting to try for a long time and I finally did. Because I've had the same haircut for like over 10 years. So I was happy to change something. And I just let her do what she wanted with it. And I'm so happy she did because it came out fantastic.
Yeah.
But when it finished, you guys looked at me and you're like, oh, he's kind of hot now. And I was like, oh, so I was ugly before.
Yeah.
And you weren't going to tell me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I'm like, yeah. No, it was just like, holy shit. You know when like, you know on Hoarders?
When they finally clean up that house and get rid of all the roaches and rats.
No.
And then they give them a makeover and all their relatives clap for them.
Yeah. No, it was kind of like, I guess it was kind of like, you know, when you get a haircut and you see yourself a certain way for so long and then you change something and you're like, oh, holy shit. Like that's how it was.
Yeah, that's what we're working with.
Yeah,
like,
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You just looked so like this haircut is made for you, baby. This haircut is made for you. I was horned up. I needed Joe bad.
I needed to just reignited all of your
flame.
Your feelings for me from 2014.
The flame burning of your picture burning literally
Do
came
I have to
back.
come out to you again?
If you do, I'll do something more serious now.
So Beyonce. So really, like the concert was just absolutely incredible. I was up in my section having the best time, and like going absolutely crazy. And I would say there were probably almost 40 songs packed into the show.
Whoa.
I mean, some of them were like short references of songs or things like that, but it flowed so well. She took the album and rearranged all of the songs because Renaissance, it was kind of like you were going through the album in order throughout the show, and then there were pockets of other songs that were included. Right. But for this, and then there were a couple songs that were not in certain shows, but then they would plug it in for like special nights. Like they had like there's a couple songs like Thick,
burping on the pod.
Thick, All Up in Your Mind. Like that was a whole section that was only on certain dates. But for this show, I'm pretty sure she did every song in the album. Wow. And yeah, it was just everything was packed into that show, and it was just so much fun. It was lively. You felt the energy all the way from the pit all the way to the back, to the Two Hands to Heaven section.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was just like it doesn't feel like a concert as much as it feels like a show. Yeah. It runs like a musical. Experience. And that's why she's doing a musical theater album. It's tight. Like everything she does is timely and everything has a place and it fits perfectly. And also Blue Ivy
Yeah, I was gonna say.
is a star
was
now.
she there?
Yeah.
Oh,
She has solos now and is doing things like
That's
she's
great.
commanding more and more of the stage
A
as she
deserved
tours with her
nepotism
mom.
baby.
Yeah, she like
Deserved.
the talent was definitely hereditary. Like she's amazing, and I can't wait to see her sort of take on the for her to pass on the crown to her. Y'all, pause everything. Nikki Blonsky is currently on live on TikTok while we're
Wait.
filming this.
I literally commented. Let's see if she'll comment back.
What did you say?
I said, I played Tracy.
Keep saying it.
I don't know.
When they come hard.
No, Nikki, no.
Oh. Gone. And just like that,
Gone. My one chance to shine.
to wrap it all up, the concert was absolutely incredible. As a fan of hers for a long time, it brought back so many memories. It brought back so many memories of things that I've loved about the things she's created, and it's introduced so many cool new ideas and like not only from a tech side but also from a performance side. The choices in choreography, the design of it, because Beyonce is also the reason I'm into like stage design for concerts and tours. Like her Formation tour, insert photo here, is the thing that got me into. It really told me it was this eye-opening moment of like, wow, a tour can really be this huge spectacle and this incredible thing. And so she's sort of the reason for that. So to see that again live and to see what's been brought up this time, it's just so cool to see. So definitely, if you haven't gotten tickets yet, try and find a way to get a ticket. Thank you to my boyfriend for getting a ticket for me.
Yay! Shouts out, D.
Yeah.
Shouts out, D.
Find a man that's gonna get you your tickets to Beyonce.
Really, really incredible. Cheers.
Boom. I have a story to tell that leads to this thing that we're going to talk about. So, how did we bring this up? Like, how did it even come up? I was telling a story. Okay. I guess I just have to start with the story. So we basically created this impression. This is like nonsense. This literally is nonsense.
I have a really bad impression of Kourtney Kardashian.
And I was telling a story while Joe was getting said haircut about the time that my first ever boyfriend in like freshman year of high school took his vape. He went, watch this, vaped into my into my
I can't.
my and into my axe wound, into my cooter cat, into my hoochie mama. I know you're gonna cut all these, and and you don't have to. I want you to keep them. Keep them. The only things I've said this episode have been about 9/11 and my pussy. Like, I'm a female comedian. If you're a female comedian starter pack,
Rise up.
rise up. But so he vaped into my pussy, and then, well, before he did, he went, watch this.
Like it was something impressive.
Yeah. He was about to make herstory. He goes down. He goes, watch this.
I spoke to the president of Disney and I said, I want to make history. And that's what this is.
I was like, what? What was the...
Huh?
Did you think I was going to blow it back out at you? Like what did you think was going to happen? And so then Joe...
This isn't a two-way street.
Right. What did you think was going to happen? She was going to be like, thank you.
We were all exhausted and I just...
As we usually are when one of us is getting a haircut.
Right. Sitting in the bathroom for like 3 hours getting our hair done.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be doing a Kourtney Kardashian impression for some reason around that time. I forget what I was even talking about at that time.
Like, how this came about, I don't know.
No clue.
But we
literally
have to share.
just spontaneous out of thin air. And so I started talking in my really bad Kourtney Kardashian accent. And then it devolved into first it was vape smoke in your and then it devolved further into, do you put vape smoke in your pussy? Then to vape juice. And then it was so the finished product is, do you put vape juice in your pussy? Yay!
So we wanted to
So
share
what
that
was
with
that?
you. So we wanted to share that with you because now you're inside on these jokes. But for the rest of the night, mind you, when Carly is doing our hair or something is happening with us in that damn bathroom, we're trapped in there smelling all the fumes of the hair dye and stuff. I'm laying in the bathtub on my computer doing
just
stuff.
happens to our brains
When we're in...
when we're getting our hair done.
Yeah, so like we're all just
the
sitting
gag
there.
is it's so unbelievably bad.
It's so bad. We're all just like sitting in the bathroom every 5 seconds being like, do you put vape juice in your pussy?
It'll be dead silent and then just, do
Do
you
you?
put do you
And speaking of putting
Kim, do you
stuff, I need to talk on my pussy again. Let's talk about her really quickly.
my pussy.
My pussy. Hi both. Let me tell you about
Hi
as-
Vogue. 73 questions inside my
as per my last email. So while Joe was at while Joe was getting down to Beyonce, I was getting plugged in like a fucking Tesla. I got an IUD.
I can't.
I got plugged in like a fucking Tesla. I am a woman of steel. No longer a girl, but a woman. Joe, I got an IUD.
Oh my god.
And it was fucking scary. It wasn't, but it was, but it wasn't. All the girls that have talked about it before have been like, oh my god, it's the worst pain that you're ever gonna feel in your whole life.
Yeah.
And before I went, I was like really nervous because of that. And in the morning, what did I do when I woke up? I looked up tons of stuff on Reddit being like,
Good.
what? Yes. Dr. WebMD.
Yeah.
I was like, what is
My
like,
favorite research database.
Yeah.
Reddit.gov.
Reddit.gov, where the story
Reddit.edu.
where like right above it is a Wattpad about like Phineas and Ferb. Yeah, so like I was looking up my IUD and tons of people were like, I almost killed myself. And I was like, well, okay. So I got to the doctor and I need to share the craziest thing my fucking doctor said. So I get my IUD in. It takes about 3 minutes. It really did hurt, but it just felt like a bad cramp. The reason I bring this story up is because I, after, was like, hey, girl, so theoretically, if my, like, when, not that this is important to me, but, like, when can I go back to, like, having
doing the nasty.
doing the nasty, getting vape smoke blown into my pussy.
When can I get back to doing the nasty?
Doing the horizontal tango. She was like, right now. She was like, if you wanted to, you could right now. I was like,
get down.
I was like,
Right
really?
now, get down.
Get down. I was like,
Bend over.
Really? I was like, really? She goes, yeah, if you wanted to. And then I was like, okay, follow-up question. Hypothetically, if he were to, she goes, ejaculate inside of you. Mind you, I'm laying there. I was just attacked from
You're
from
still
the
on the
waist down.
stirrups, just like.
No, I am. I'm in the stirrups. Winnie the Pooh in it. I am absolutely Donald Duck in it right now.
She's literally just like.
I am.
So if he these are your legs.
I am Donald Duck in it right now. I am fully I'm in these stirrups, laying there, tears streaming down my face. She's cleaning up the tools that she just used to plug me in. It was scary. Those tools are scary. Don't ever look at them. And also while I was getting it done, I literally was like, I'd rather be pregnant. Like I literally was like, She was like, trust, it's better than getting pregnant. And then when she was doing it, I was like, ow, 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 I'll just have a baby. I literally was freaking.
Maybe I like strollers.
Changing a diaper doesn't seem so bad. Like I literally was so.
You're getting an IUD, you just go, diaper genie.
I was like, I'm good. I'll have.
Maybe
a
I
baby.
like Modern Farmhouse and Kids. Oh my god.
I was like, I'll do it. I will do it.
I could be a family vlogger.
I really was like, I'm ready. I'm ready. I was telling her, I was like, I will have a baby. I would rather that than this. Because when she busted out this thing that looked like a salad tong.
Your tongue.
Tong.
Yeah, tongue. Tongue.
When she busted out this thing that looked like a sharp salad tong, I was like that looked like it could stab through a crouton. I was like,
that's so.
So I get it in. I'm laying there, literally just attacked. Also, so sorry, not to be graphic, y'all. When she first was lining me up, when I was getting lined up, she was like, I just got to clean you up really quick. And after, because I brought my sister with me, she literally goes, she gave you the tune up. She gave you the tune up.
You went to the mechanic.
Yeah, you went to the she polished me down before
oil change.
But then I got a piece of metal shoved inside of me.
Right.
Anyway, so I'm laying there, feet up in the stirrup, breeze just hitting me, and absolutely Donald ducking it. And she goes,
doing number 17, the spread
the
eagle.
Spread eagle. And she goes, my sister nose up so she doesn't have to look at me. I'm the most vulnerable I've ever been. I'm like, so what if he were to, and she goes, ejaculate inside of you? You'd be fine. I said, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, ow. I was like, oh, she's fun. Okay.
Oh.
This doctor is fun. Let me test this. Let me see. So and then I go, let's say he were to go, not that this is physically possible for a man, but what if he were to go again and again? Would I have to, she cuts me off again as she's cleaning up these tools.
What if he were to do, let's say, several rounds?
Yeah. Let me raise you this. And she's cleaning up my blood off these tools.
That's crazy.
And goes, honey, he could fill you with every last drop of him for 24 hours straight, and you wouldn't even have to bat an eye. Enjoy. And leaves the room.
What?
Freaky out doctor. I literally was like, she's like, you can sit here for as long as you want. I literally was like,
she's like, you can process that. Bye.
I literally was like,
she goes, now check that.
I literally was like,
you could have a star contract at a brothel and you'd be fine. Check that.
And she was like, I mean, that was crazy. That was crazy. And then I left and was like, did that just, yeah. Yep. So while Joe was at Beyonce having the time of his life, watching
that
Beyonce.
feels like a scene from Fleabag.
Yeah. While Joe was singing and watching Beyonce fly too close to the crowd, I was watching myself
while
fly
I
too
was
close
two
to the
hands to
sun.
heaven, you were
two
legs to hell.
That's the title of this episode.
Yeah.
That's the title of this episode.
That's the one. That's the one.
And when we say it, the viewers like,
oh, people watching this episode are gonna be like, are they okay?
Yeah, we're talking about
They're exposing this much to the public.
Yeah, you guys, we're at episode 5 now. We're family.
Yeah.
We're all family here. We're all family here. But yeah, so that
Oh my
I said to
gosh.
Joe today, I was like, what do you want to talk about? And he was like, definitely the Beyonce concert. And I was like, well, I'll definitely talk about my IUD getting ripping through my body. Yeah, dude, ripping through my absolute Joe.
That is crazy wild.
Yeah, it was nuts. So while you were getting it down in the bucking section.
You were also getting it down, but in different ways.
While you were in the bucking section, I was getting myself ready for the fucking section. I'm ready to go, Mom. They plugged me in like a Tesla.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
10,000 steps. 10,000 steps.
Said my man so many times.
You could be filled up like a storm drain in a hurricane and you'd be fine to go. Now check that.
I said to my boyfriend, and I told him this, so it's okay, we can keep this. And I literally was like, the crazy bitch in me was like, damn, now I can't trap him. Now I can't trick him into thinking that I'm pregnant. Fuck. So, but yeah, ladies, get the IUD. It's not so bad. Men, get it if you want to. Don't know how that would work.
Figure out where you're going to put it.
Yeah. Put it up your butt.
Ladies, get an IUD. Men, get on prep.
I'm going away this weekend.
Where are you going?
The Berkshires.
The Berkshires.
With my boyfriend. Boom, boom, boom.
Wait, when I go up because I'm gonna go to the Berkshires at some point this summer. I want to stay at your house. We should go up together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We've bared our soul today on the pod.
Yeah, we talked Beyonce.
I talked about how my soul was cleansed, and she talked about her downstairs.
How I saw God.
Yeah, she saw.
I saw God. You saw Mother God.
I saw Mother. She saw God.
Yeah, you saw Mother God.
Yeah. She was giving me life. You were seeing your life flash before your eyes.
Yeah. So yeah, now Joe, I can have vape juice in my pussy whenever I want without being scared. Moment that felt like Goofy's laugh. Mind you, I'm talking about getting my IUD. A moment that felt like Goofy's laugh.
A moment that felt like Hosier's yell. Getting my IUD. Oh my God.
So thanks for watching this week's episode.
Well, on that note.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of Lavender Podcast. We love y'all.
Come back next week to see what else we overshare.
Yeah. Now that you guys know us and we're both not in therapy, you are our therapist.
It's over for you.
Woo!
Yay!
Next week we come back. I'm like, so I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
So the
Plot
IUD,
twist.
the IUD
So
didn't work. The
Yeah.
IUD didn't work. Anyway.
Oh my God. So we shall see you next week. Yeehaw.
Bye, babies. Bye. Thank you for watching.
Bye, y'all.
My sweetheart.
And if you're seeing Beyonce soon, get to the stadium early.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Just putting
Bye,
that out
y'all.
there.
Love you.
Bye. Love you. Bye, sweethearts. Bye. Bye. Bye.